Assalamu alaikum. This is a video about web scraping. I'll leave a link below for this page to read about it. But I'll give you an example about Amazon and how can we get data, a product name for example and its price without even going to the website. This can be used for different reasons. Maybe you are looking for something and waiting for its price to drop down. Then you can make a software to do that for you. Let's take an example. We'll select randomly this product. It's a mouse, and the name and the manufacturer of the mouse is here. The price also appears here. We can also extract the pictures if you want to, but we are not going to do that now. In order to do that, I'll use Python. Before we begin, we need to know how are we going to connect our software to this web page. We're gonna use request library, which is a library available for free to be installed and used in Python. And what this library does is make a connection between the software or the program that you are making or writing and the web page that you want to scrape data from. It gets the files or the code on that page, whether it's HTML or LXML, and give you back everything for you to use. However, we're going to use another library that will enable us to search in the text or the file that request brought us back from the website. So BeautifulSoup is basically another library that will give you ways to navigate and search and modify the parse tree. For example, here in this page we have the name of the item, so we have to look for the name and where it is on the page and then bring it back, so we have to search for it. BeautifulSoup allows that. Also, we need to search for the price and get it back, and we'll do that using BeautifulSoup. So the first thing we will have to write is to import request library. Before we continue, if you don't have it, then you have to install it, and you can use that by typing in the terminal, not here in the code, pip install requests. But I already installed it, so we don't have to write this right now in the terminal. The second library we have to import is, as we said earlier, is BeautifulSoup, and that one is a class of a bigger library which is called BS4, and from BS4 we'll import BeautifulSoup. Now, since we have the libraries ready, we can start and use them. Go ahead and use them. So I'll start first of all with writing the URL or the address that we have to connect to, and that will be the page of the product on Amazon. So I'll copy that to the code and paste it here. So now we have the URL that we are going to connect to. Then I will ask request to go ahead and do the connection, make the connection. So I will say requests dot. I want to get data from the page, so I will use get method. And between these two brackets, I will put the URL, which is the variable above here. Now, because I want to get that response and save it, I will put it inside a variable and call it response. And let's try it before we continue. So I will click on run, and it says request is not defined. Of course not defined, it's request. Let's go ahead and run it again, and no errors. So it worked. It made a connection and saved the response in a variable called response. Let's print it and see what it gives us. Response. So it basically gives me a response that there's an error, 503. If you go and search for that, I'll just copy, go ahead here and paste it, but it says that the service unavailable without going to any further details. And we have to know why. We need to know why. So I'll print the text of the response. Actually, what does it have? It's inside its text. Run again, and this is what I get. All right, we have actually made the connection to the website, and we can see that we got the response. We got the response, and it's HTML file. And if we go ahead and read, we can find that actually there was a connection, but the problem was that the servers, the Amazon servers, are responding with this message: our servers are getting hit pretty hard right now. To continue shopping, enter the characters as they are shown in the image below. So basically, this is defense mechanism from the servers, protecting themselves from being attacked by too many requests in the same time. So basically, we have to tell them that this is not an attack. This is a browser trying to get information about the product itself. So we have to pass another parameter here, which is headers. In order to do that, let's go ahead and search for Python headers request. I think we got this one. So here basically we'll copy this one, the headers here, and these headers are part of the HTML request that we are sending, and it says that we are using a browser, whatever it is, from one of these. So don't worry, server, we are fine. And here I will write the parameter headers equals headers, which is this variable. Now let's try again and click run. And now we still have the print response.text there. We can see, well, we got a lot of text here. This means that we got the page. The final proof is that we have a cat, so let's say meow here. Now, there's a lot of text here. We are not going to search for it line by line, so we'll use the BeautifulSoup to search for the element that contains the name of the product and then the price. Let's delete this for now, and let's create a variable called soup, and inside that we'll store the soup which is made from the response that we made already. And of course, we need the text of the response. Now, inside that soup, I need to find the place that contains the name of the product. So I'll go back here to the product page, and if you're using Chrome or whatever browser it is, nowadays most of them has this tool which is called inspect. If you right click on the name of the product and right click, then selected inspect, it will take you directly here to the place in the code that has the product name. We can see it's inside a tag called span, and this span has an ID of product title. Let's go back again to the code and try to find that. I'll create a variable, let's call it product name, and basically we want to search the soup. So I write soup.find underscore O, and what I want to find is a span that has the ID of I'll copy that so I don't have mistakes or typos. It's product title, and let's see what it returns to us. Alright, I'll go on here to print actually and see what's the product here. Oh, there's an error. It's double. It's a column. Let's run it again. And here we go. We found a response that actually matches what we saw there on the page. A span that has the name of the product with the ID of product title. Now, I don't want the whole span. I just want the item that contains the text. So as you can see, this is a list. So to enter the list, I'll select the first item, and in the list the counting starts from 0. And basically, I want the text inside that item. Let's print or run that again and see what we get. And here we go. We got the name only without anything else, which is great. We can do something more and type strip to remove any spaces around it. Let's try. And here we go. Now it's just the text without any spaces before it or after. So this is the first one. This is the product name. In the same way, we'll get the product price. I create a variable, and it's called price. This equals, again, the soup that we will search inside it and find all. And you see, we're gonna find what? There's a mouse here, you can click on it for inspection. It's the same tool, and you can see it highlights the items inside the code wherever you hover. So we want the price. If we click on the price, it will take us to the item that contains the price of the product inside the HTML code. Basically, it's the same item, it's a span, but now the ID is different. It's price look till price, since it's under discount. So we'll go back here, copy this one. Basically, I'll copy everything up to here because it's the same. But now, instead of product title, I'll copy the ID from here, paste it inside or instead of product title. Let's actually print it along with the first variable. This is price now, and let's run the code. Here we go. We have the name of the product and the price. So this is how you make a request using Python.